one last thing we're going to show you, because I do tend to see that people get this one a little confused, is when you're done the massage at the end, what we want to do is we want to do a tractional technique. So what I'm going to do, you'll notice how I'm really pulling up to make my sheet really loose, especially in the center. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one hand, I'm going to put my inferior hand onto his shoulder, and I'm going to put my superior hand down onto his innominate crest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and lean in between here as if like a scissor. So I'm going to stretch the erector spinae muscles out, right? And usually clients will say, oh, that feels so good after they've had a good massage, right? So I'm just stretching it out like so. Not jerky, just straight, stretching it out, right? Like that, right? And then I would go around to the other side of the table and I would do the other side. But then you just see my back, so there's not much sense in doing that, right? Same technique. So the thing to remember is cross your hands over so that you can push down. And some people say, well, should I put this hand up here, that one down? I don't care. It doesn't matter. What's your intent? Stretching the muscle. Are you getting that result? Fabulous. We're in the right path. Okay? And that's all you have to kind of remember. One other thing that I guess I should show, maybe, since I do have a victim that's very willing here, it seems like, right? I just want to show you some things about shoulder when you're working the shoulder. So I'm going to bring his arm up. So during my massage, in the middle of it, actually tuck your thumb right underneath your hip. There you go. So I'm going to get him in this position. So I'm doing my massage, going along, and I'm coming along and I want to do something on his shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand and I'm going to put his elbow against my thigh, all right? And I'm going to use this other hand and I'm going to cup the front of his shoulder, all right? So you see that? I'm not poking into him, I'm just going to lift it up. So you see, watch what happens here when I do this. I'm going to push in with my thigh. You see his arm moving there. I'm going to push in with his thigh, and I'm going to raise his shoulder. Look what happens to the scapula, how it comes out, right? And now we can get in here and we can friction under the erect. This is how we get at the serratus muscle in underneath here, working that out underneath there, doing a little technique of general cross fibering on there to work those out, right? And then the other thing we're going to do is when we get it up here, we're going to do a movement like this. And this is kind of a jostling movement as well, right? So we're trying to move that shoulder around, loosen it up, because underneath there, between the scapula and the rib cage, you have muscle tissue that's really hard to target. But by doing this technique, we can really get that loosened off. And you can actually see how much it's loosened up even now from just what we've done already, right? So that's a couple little things I'll throw in as a bonus point for you. You all have fun learning how to do massage. See you later.